Hey guys, welcome back to not another gameplay video. This is actually a channel update. Yeah, haven't done one of these in a while. I think it's been about a year since I uploaded the last one. Almost exactly a year, I think. But I wanted to do another one of these just to talk to you guys and provide you with a couple updates as to where the channel currently is. Well, I guess what I meant to say there was provide you with some updates regarding the state of the channel. And the main thing that I would like to address in this video is the lack of uploads. Now, you guys might have noticed in the past few months, I think this started around February or March. If you've been following my channel since at least that time, you might have noticed that since then, there has been a considerable lack of uploads on the channel. Uploads suddenly started becoming slower and slower. I didn't stop uploading videos completely, obviously, but I went from uploading videos almost every single day to only uploading videos once every couple of weeks. August was an especially noteworthy month because I only uploaded like 2 videos that month. One video at the very beginning, which was the Phozon and Motos video, and then a second one all the way at the end of the month, which was Thoth, and there was absolutely nothing that I uploaded in between. Well, now that I think about it, I guess July is actually a more noteworthy month, because I only uploaded one video during that time, which was the Faceball 2000 video. But I wanted to finally explain to you guys why there has been a noticeable lack of uploads in the past 9 or 10 months. It's mostly due to a multitude of factors, some of them my fault, but others are beyond my control. Obviously, you guys already know that ever since I started doing Let's Play videos all the way back in 2011, I have not been making any money off of these videos whatsoever because my channel is not monetized, at least not yet. So ever since I started doing these videos 7 years ago, I have been making no money off of this whatsoever. I've only been doing YouTube as a hobby for this amount of time. And obviously, because I don't do this as a job, I don't have that much free time nowadays. Not only that, but I care a lot more about the quality of my videos now than I did back then. So I have been trying to put a bit more work into my videos, and as a result, they've been taking a lot more time to actually make. Because something that you guys might have noticed over the past 7 years is that my content has sort of evolved, especially at the beginning of this year. You may have noticed that my content has sort of evolved where my Let's Play videos tend to be a lot more informative now than they used to be. Because back in the day, it was mostly just me playing pretty much any random game I stumbled across on Steam or some other random website, and that's still pretty much the case today. The only difference now is that, for the most part, I tend to research most of the games that I'm playing because I'm trying to be a lot more informative about them nowadays. I'm not really a huge fan of the, blind commentary content anymore, because usually when I go into something completely blind, most of the time I end up having absolutely nothing to talk about. I mean, to be honest, my life is not exactly that exciting, and I'm always very hesitant to talk about my own life in my videos because I'd rather keep that private. I mean, the only real thing I've revealed to myself about you guys is that my first name is Taylor. Honestly, that's pretty much all you need to know about me. I'd rather not reveal anything else. I know that one of the keys to succeeding on YouTube is to try and be, very open with your audience. You know, being this mysterious figure doesn't exactly help you all that much on YouTube if you're trying to establish, some sort of personal connection with your audience, but honestly, guys, I'd just rather not talk about my own life. I'm usually very secretive about these kinds of things, and I just think it has no place on my own channel. If I wanted to create videos where I talk about my own life and my own, experiences in the world, then I probably would have just created a vlog channel. I don't know, I'd just rather keep that information private. But yeah, basically, it's been getting a lot more difficult to actually get these videos out on time. Not only because I only do this as a hobby, but also because I've been trying to put more effort into my videos. I've kind of gotten past the point where I just sit down and play a game and then just pretty much upload whatever the hell happens in the video. You know, I go into something completely blind, make a bunch of, crappy, lame jokes, and then upload that to the internet. No, I want to try and do something a little bit different with my content now. I want to try and provide a slightly different style of commentary, you know, trying to be as informative of the game as I possibly can, while still having some humor interspersed here and there. I'm definitely not perfect at it, that's for sure, but I'm trying to improve. There's also been a bunch of personal stuff that's come up in recent months that I've been having a bit of a hard time dealing with. I mean, I mentioned this all on Twitter already, but the thing is that my Twitter account is kind of hidden from you guys because I don't really discuss my Twitter account all that much. I always provide it in the description of my videos, but since I don't really talk about it all that much, it's kind of gone unnoticed, or it's a lot harder to find. Like, it's definitely more obscure than my YouTube channel. The thing is, I've already talked about all of this on Twitter. I think I mentioned back in July on Twitter that there was a serious family emergency that suddenly came up, and I was already in a pretty deep motivational slump at the time, so that really did not help. Nobody died, thankfully, and they're pretty close now to making a full recovery, so that's good. But yeah, at the time, that really did not help with my motivation, because that was at a time when I was trying really hard to get back on my feet, but all of my attempts were just failing over and over. For most of the year, I've been trying really hard to get back into making videos. I don't know if it was because of what happened last year, you know, my old laptop breaking down and me not having like any software to actually edit videos with, so I had to upload everything raw. Well, I mean, I didn't have to, but as I mentioned back then, I still wanted to try and upload videos anyway, because I didn't think it was fair to you guys, you know, me just disappearing for 2 months without any sort of explanation, because that was back when I was still using my old laptop to edit videos, using an extremely old and outdated version of Sony Vegas, which was also the only reason I couldn't use OBS to record my videos, because every video file I recorded with OBS, because I was using such an old version of Vegas, it didn't recognize the codec that it was rendered with. So that pretty much destroyed my chances of finally making the switch to OBS, but then when I got Vegas 14, because it was on sale for only $20, then I was finally able to make the switch to OBS because it was actually up to date. But even so, I've been having a pretty difficult time getting back into making videos ever since. I don't know what it is, but every time I think about making a video, I get this, like, this overwhelming feeling of dread. It's kind of like I'm thinking way too hard about the next video. I think what it is that I'm worried that the video is going to suck. I think that's one of my biggest fears whenever I'm making videos. It's like, yeah, I really want to make a video on this particular game, but what if it ends up coming out like shit? And because I like to be more informative in my videos now, I'm always very paranoid that I'm going to get some information wrong. Like, for instance, when I did the Sonic 2 prototypes video back in May, there was a pretty important bit of information that I left out, not intentionally. I actually forgot to mention it altogether because I actually knew about this before. Looking back at that video now, I definitely should have done a lot more research. I should have delved into the history of Sonic 2 a lot deeper than I actually did. In my defense though, that was my first time ever making a video like that, so of course it was going to be very shaky. I could also say the same thing about the Pokemon Space World 97 demo as well. That one was also pretty rocky, I will admit. I think I got most of the information correct in that video, but I think I spent a bit too much time messing around with the debug mode. I mean, there was a lot of stuff to show off in the debug mode, but I feel like I might have spent a bit too much time on that one particular feature. And case in point, when I initially uploaded the Sonic 2 prototypes video, and I went back to actually view the footage after uploading it, I realized pretty quickly that, I definitely forgot an important piece of information, because it was about, I think it was called Wood Zone that I was showing off in the video, and I mentioned that I had no idea what exactly Wood Zone was going to become. I mentioned how it was an incomplete zone, like Sega was originally going to feature it in Sonic 2, it was never finished though, but I mentioned in the video that it's not known what Wood Zone was originally going to be. But the important information I left out at that point in the video was that Wood Zone was going to have a purpose. It was originally supposed to be, I think, either the past... Yeah, I think it was supposed to be the past version of Metropolis Zone. The one big detail I left out in that video was that Sonic 2 was originally going to have essentially Sonic CD's plot. It was going to involve time travel, much like Sonic CD. Sonic 2 and Sonic CD were actually intended to be one gigantic game, but I think due to the hardware limitations of the Genesis, the developers split off into two separate teams. One would be working on Sonic 2, the other on Sonic CD, and CD would eventually be brought to the Sega CD instead of the Genesis. But that was the monumentally large detail that I left out in the video, and when I realized that, I actually felt so bad that I went ahead and tried to re-record the Sonic 2 Prototypes video. I actually tried doing a second take. My intention was to re-record the video completely with this information that I left out, delete the old recording, and then just replace it with the second take. That's how bad I felt about leaving that important information out. But ultimately, I decided to just leave it up because I thought, well, you know what? It got off to a shaky start, but this could be a learning opportunity for me. This is my first time ever doing a video like this. This is a learning opportunity. I gotta learn from my mistakes, you know what I mean? So that way I can provide much better content in the future. So if I ever decide to do a video of that sort again, I'm definitely gonna try and put more time and effort into getting all the information right. I'm gonna try and do more research, cause I feel with the Sonic 2 Prototypes video, I kinda dropped the ball with that one. And for those of you who were disappointed by the fact that I left some of that information out, I sincerely apologize. I should have done more research when I was doing that video, and I can't help but feel bad about it. Actually, I've been having that intense feeling with Deltarune as well, because, again, there were also important bits of information I left out in that video. Like, I forgot to go and see if Asgore was in the town, and he actually was. I went past the flower shop that he was in. It didn't even cross my mind at the time. And also, the Jevil fight, even though I did actually find Jevil, it's just that I couldn't find the other broken key piece so that I could battle Jevil. For some reason, it didn't occur to me that when Jevil said the shopkeeper knows a secret, that essentially meant the shopkeeper had broken key piece A. Yeah, it really does suck though, because that's the feeling that I always get whenever I get something wrong, or I forget something. Like, I forget to do something important in the video and I only realize it later on after I've uploaded it, after the video's been live for like days. I don't know, it's that feeling that I feel has prevented me from actually making videos. It's like, it's just, I don't know, I guess I just feel like in the past few months I've just been uploading, in my opinion, really bad content. Or at least I feel like it's bad. I don't know, I feel like at this point that sort of fear of, you know, accidentally leaving information out, or just the video just ending up like complete garbage after I record it, I feel like that fear has really prevented me from continuing doing what I actually love doing, because I really do like making these videos for you guys. But whenever I try to record a video nowadays, I just get that overwhelming feeling of dread that the video is going to be horrible, and then I can't get myself to click on the start recording button on OBS, because that fear is just eating me up inside. And I feel like that's exactly what's been happening in the past year, but I'm gonna try my damnedest to get past it, because I can't keep worrying about that all the time. If I do end up recording a video and it turns out to be trash, you know what? I'll just delete it and try doing it again. Try to do a much better job. If one video turns out to be trash, you know, it's not the end of the world. I can always try again at another time. So I really need to try and get over my fear. I think it's a fear of failure. That's what it is. I have to try and get over that fear, though, because it's tearing me apart inside the more I worry about it. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna try my best to try and get videos out at a more consistent rate, even if I don't bring daily uploads back, which I feel like I'm not going to be able to at this point. But I'm gonna try and get videos out at a more consistent rate, maybe at least 2 videos a week if I can possibly manage that. I was thinking of reinstating some sort of schedule where I upload videos on very specific days. I was thinking maybe I could upload a new video every Monday and Thursday, maybe with an occasional bonus video on the weekends if I have enough free time. I'm not sure, nothing is set in stone yet, those are just ideas that I've been brainstorming right now. But yeah, I really want to get back into making videos for you guys. I think I've been just way too worried about, you know, failing and making content that turns out to be shitty. I think that fear is just, it's getting the best of me. Because even though I've been doing this as a hobby for about 7 years now, I'm probably never going to get tired of this. I still love doing Let's Play videos as much as I did back in 2011, but it's just that nowadays I care so much about the quality of my content, and I want it to be good and I want it to be informative, that it's causing me to develop all these irrational fears, and it's making me begin to doubt myself. Or I feel like I'm beginning to doubt myself and doubting my abilities, but I'm gonna try and push through it. I'm gonna try not to worry too much about that stuff from now on. I really want to try and get back into making videos again, so this December I am going to at least attempt to try and get videos out at a more consistent rate. Again, daily uploads are probably not going to come back. I just feel like I can't do them anymore at this point, but it'll be more consistent than it has been. Maybe at least one new video a week or 2 videos a week. I'm gonna try and shoot for 2. I'm gonna try and shoot for at least 2. Maybe 3 if I have enough spare time and I'm feeling up to it, obviously, but yeah, I really want to try and make uploads consistent again, and I'm gonna start putting in the effort to do that in December. And also try to put as much effort as I can into doing that in 2019, of course, because it's almost the end of the year already. I can't believe we're already in the last month of 2018, starting tomorrow. I really have no idea where this year went. Really doesn't feel like an entire year has passed. But yeah, those were just some thoughts that I really wanted to get off my chest. I've been thinking about this for quite a while. So for those of you who sat through this entire like 20-25 minute ramble, thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for taking the time to, you know, let me express how I've been feeling as of late, and I'm gonna try my best to get back on my feet, try not to worry too much about my videos turning into absolute dog shit. If they do end up coming out crappy, I'll just re-record them. It's simple as that. I mean, obviously that can be time-consuming, but you know what? It's for the best. It's all about improving the quality of my content, which I really would like to try doing. So consider that one of my New Year's resolutions, I guess. In 2019, I hope, anyway, to try and get videos out at a more consistent pace again. And yeah, that's about everything I wanted to discuss. I guess one other thing I could mention is, if you guys do follow me on Twitter, you may have also noticed that I haven't really been that active on Twitter either. And that's also due to a multitude of reasons. I feel like Twitter just makes me angry nowadays. I don't know, I feel like I can't think about Twitter anymore without becoming incredibly agitated. I feel like Twitter at this point is just devolving into an absolute hellhole for various reasons. One of the glaringly obvious reasons, of course, is the over-politicization of the platform, and, you know, Jack Dorsey just making himself look like a complete fool with what he's been doing with his company as of late. But, to be honest, I'd rather not get into all of that. There's plenty of things that are wrong with Twitter, but if you guys have been wondering why I haven't been too active on there, for those of you who do follow me on Twitter, that's pretty much why. Twitter, for the most part, just pisses me off nowadays. I also feel like I've been starting to become addicted to Twitter, which is why I've chosen to step away from it for a while, and probably why I'm going to continue staying away from it. I think my Twitter account is, or at least my Robotnik35 Twitter account is, mostly just going to be used for channel-related stuff. Like, whenever I upload a video to my YouTube channel, I'll of course link it up with my Twitter account, so it'll go out, like there will be a tweet that gets uploaded to my Twitter account the same time that a video goes live on my YouTube channel. That's probably going to be what the purpose of my Robotnik35 Twitter handle will be from now on. It won't be used for anything else, because frankly, I just despise Twitter with every fiber of my being nowadays. I used to love it, but Ooh, that relationship has changed, especially in the past couple of years. And of course, I never talk about my Google Plus account anymore, because I don't think I'm even gonna have a Google Plus account soon, because I'm pretty sure Google are actually shutting down Google Plus, if I'm not mistaken, so I don't think I'm even going to have a Google Plus account within a couple months' time or whatever. So we don't talk about that here. I think it's fair to say that pretty much everyone hates Google Plus. Everyone hated Google Plus from the very beginning. With Twitter, it was like gradual. With Google Plus, it was just like immediate. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about in this video, guys. Thank you for listening, if you even made it all the way to the end of this video, but yeah, uploads are going to come back. I'm going to try to get them back to a more consistent schedule. Starting in 2019 at least, I'm going to try and get them back to a more consistent pace. At least 2 videos a week if I possibly can. If I can't do that, then I'll at the very least try to get out 1 video a week. Got a bunch of games that I would like to show off to you guys, everything from obscure indie titles, some mainstream indie titles as well. Not all of it is going to be crap that you've never heard of before. Got a bunch of retro games that I still want to play as well. I'm not going to list all of them here because frankly there's way too many of them to list, but yeah, stay tuned for more content coming in the future. There's a lot of really cool and interesting games that I've got in store for you guys today, and I can't wait to show you them. So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. As always, regular uploads will go back sometime in December, and I will see you guys in the next video I make. Oh, by the way, before I go, I want to mention this really quickly. If you're wondering what this animation is on screen, this animation was created by Stephen Lavelle, aka Increpair. He's the guy who made, you know, all those games I covered on my channel in the past, including English Country Tune, which I did a video on pretty recently. He created this ASCII planet animation. I wanted to put it up on the screen just so you guys would have something to stare at, so it wouldn't just be a completely black background. But if you guys want to go and check out this animation for yourself or view it in your own browser, the link is in the description. And yeah, that's the only other thing I wanted to mention because I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.